Welcome to Whimsy with a Z. This is Ben, your host. I almost pushed play again. This will be the second or third episode of Whimsy with the Z. Our guest today is Mark. How are you doing, Mark?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm good.
Good to hear.
All right, Mark. I'm trying to fix something here. Okay. Mark, tell us a little bit about yourself. How old are you? What grade are you in?
Currently, I just graduated from sophomore year, so 10th grade, so I'm in 11th grade now. 16, well, 15 technically, turning 16 2 days.
Happy birthday.
Thanks. Of course, my name's Mark. I'm just that good. Parents love me. So far, life's going pretty good, though.
Yeah?
Yep.
Why do you say that?
Well, I got a girlfriend. I have semi-stable living conditions.
Okay.
And I'm having a good summer so far.
What have you been doing this summer?
Lots of hanging out with friends. Like it does not matter. I'm out. I'm just outside a lot.
Okay. You did listen to Alice's. She had mentioned that she also likes to hang out in person. And there was I had the misconception of thinking teenagers don't hang out in person as much. You would say that would be false. You hang out quite often with.
I'm always inviting my friends over. We're going out, stuff like that, just because we're bored, want to do something together.
What do you guys end up doing?
Well, we normally either go to my house, my girlfriend's house, and to just go swimming or just walk around, go to the park near my house too. Because why not?
Mm-hmm. Did you do anything else this summer? Did you just come back from a trip?
Oh, yeah, I just came back from Vegas with my girlfriend because that was fun. Flight home kind of sucked, though. I was really tired and felt sick on the way back.
Rumor has it you don't like to fly that much. Would that be part of it?
Mm-hmm. Flying. I hate heights in general.
Just heights in general? What did we do in Vegas?
Well,
what does a teenager do in Vegas?
Well, I can't gamble because that's illegal, and I already asked and I wasn't allowed to. So instead, we went go-kart racing. We went to a water park. We went many places. We went to this really fancy dinner that was on top of what's called the Stratosphere,
okay,
which is a revolving, top of a building that is one of the tallest buildings in Vegas. And it's fun, expensive, and I was terrified that whole time.
Because the Stratosphere is all needly shaped.
Yeah, and there's rides on the top of it too.
Did you go on any of those rides?
Nope.
What rides do they have up there? They have the one that shoots straight up.
Yeah.
And then they have a small roller coaster that goes around.
And then there's one that you can jump off and I'm not doing it.
And then they have one where you sit and it leans you over.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do it. Plus, we couldn't do it anyways because number one, no one wanted to do it because we like our lives.
Fair enough. So as a a teenager could have some fun in Vegas.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
I don't know if you did anything else this summer.
Well, I mean, I went up to Sholo with my dad.
Okay.
But that was mainly because just for fun, and Sholo is cold. You get to sleep. It's out in the wilderness.
Okay.
Kind of. My dad's friend has a property up there.
Okay.
So when we went, we kind of just stayed up there, built some stuff, and that's pretty much it. I got upset because my little cousin wouldn't stop, and he's 12 now, so he's there, and he's an only child.
Oh, so he's like somebody else.
But
play with me.
Yeah, he's been an only child like this his whole life, and then he finally got baby sisters and stuff, little sisters, and he's semi-spoiled. Not even just semi, he's spoiled. He gets whatever he wants, and he's like the boss of everything. And imagine me going up there with him on his property. I'm being bossed around, and it's difficult, man. I was glad we left. We went up there in a motorhome that kept shaking because of the wind. It was terrifying. We almost crashed 2 times.
Do you have siblings?
Yeah, I have 2 sisters and technically 2 brothers, but one's a half brother.
Yeah.
But I don't consider him a half brother. He's just full brother.
What is your relationship with these siblings?
Well, my sister, so far, she's 20. Pretty good relationship so far. We don't see each other much, but when we do, it's mainly hanging out with my dad. Okay. Different moms. My brother, though, I see him a lot. We play video games together because it's so fun. We got into this new game called Dauntless.
Dauntless?
Yeah, Dauntless. Okay. It's like a monster hunter game. And My other sister, I've never met her, but I'm going to her wedding in August, which should be fun. And then my other brother, I've never actually met. I'm not going to meet him.
Okay, fair enough. What other kind of activities and hobbies do you have? You mentioned gaming and hanging out. What else you got?
Currently, I like fitness. Like waking up in the morning, doing a small workout, and then going right back to bed, or just reading. Like I'm on this new book called Merlin.
Merlin?
Yeah.
Who wrote it?
No idea. I don't pay attention.
You just like, I just like it.
It's a good book. It's about just like magic. You know Merlin.
Yeah, the King Arthur's court, Merlin. I'm
on book 1 so far.
Oh, it's a series?
Yeah. I think there's 4 books. I only have book 1 and 2 because I haven't found 3 and 4 yet.
Okay. Let me go back to your fitness. Like, what kind of workout routine do you have in the mornings?
Well, I wake up around whenever my body tells me to wake up. I'm gonna start trying to wake up at like 4:30 to like be able to make breakfast, shower, do all that stuff before school. But right now, it's just wake up, do a little bit of push-ups, sit-ups, squats, whatever really could get me up in the morning. I do pull-ups now. I do like 5. It's not that good.
I can't do any.
Every once in a while, I'll go for a run, but it's not very often because I feel too lazy, and then I'll shower and get ready for everything else.
Why do you work out?
Because I really want to stay in shape because junior year I want to join the baseball team.
Okay.
Because I have to make varsity since I'm a junior and I can't join junior varsity.
Okay.
So I'm gonna really start practicing for that, and I need endurance for that.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Did you in the past do any other school activities or sports?
Well, does sophomore year count?
Yes, that one. That would be the one.
I mean, I did tennis.
How was that?
Horrible. Absolutely disgusting.
Did you have a desire to do tennis?
Nope, but I failed tryouts for baseball.
So they're just like, screw it, go to tennis?
Well, yeah, the coach came up to me. He's like, I hear you got dropped from baseball. And I'm like, yeah. The tennis coach was so small. Like, he was short, but he was fast and good at tennis. And he came up to me and he's like, you want to play tennis? I was like, sure, I have nothing better to do. And that was fun. Tennis is so much harder than it looks, though.
I want to say, if you want to talk about an endurance game, tennis would be it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it made me tired every single day. It was fun, but not fun at the same time.
Did you have any other sophomore activities that you used to do in school?
I did clubs.
Okay, what kind?
I was in tabletop game club, video game club. I wanted to join business management club in freshman year, but my teacher left because I was in business management for a while, and I decided, this would be a fun first club to join, and then she left like a week or 2 into school.
So they just closed the whole club down. Tabletop, which is like your board games.
Yeah, like chess and stuff.
Okay.
I was also on the chess team, but we never got to play because the school didn't have funding for it.
Chess is like the cheapest game in the world.
Yeah, no, but like to other schools and stuff. Like.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Video game club.
Yeah, it was mainly just like Smash Bros and stuff.
So were these at school? So you would just like stay after school and play video games?
Yeah.
I wish.
It's so fun. We can't play like R-rated games or nothing like that. It has to be like E for everyone.
Yeah, still, man, there was no video game club when I was in school. Coming up this year, you'll be a junior.
Yep.
Do you have any activities starting the beginning of the year, your junior year?
I don't think so.
Are we not in a mentor club or program?
The fact that you know about that. Yeah, I'm what's called. What's it called? I don't know what it's called.
Do you remember what it's called?
No, I got it. Trust. It's like where we help freshmen out.
Okay. So you're like a freshman, but you're the freshman's buddy?
Yeah, pretty much. I show people around the school. It's like, man, what is it called? See, no one remembers.
No one remembers. Well, it's called freshman buddy.
Yeah. But it's this fun little club that we do because, it's called G Crew.
G Crew.
God, yeah, she signed me up for that.
She signed you up for that? Who is that she?
My girlfriend.
All right.
she basically forced me to do it and made me guilt trip me because I didn't want to do it. But
she's here, by the way, so she's trying to like, she's not coaching him through it, but she's just like, you are in G Club.
It's fun, but we have to take lots of time out of our day. There's something called a freshman camp.
Okay.
Where like we take like from like 6:30 to like 12. We show freshmen around the school, the campus, and like we do all these exercises and stuff, but we have to practice like so much for that because we can't mess up and we have to make it seem like this is a good school.
All right. Although highly suggested that you join, do you like the idea of helping out the freshmen?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Me as a freshman, I went to the freshman camp thing.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I was terrified to go to high school because middle school and elementary school have small campuses.
Right.
And then when you get to high school, it's like a 3-mile walk to the other side. And it was scary to me because I was a short kid who was tiny and
you did find a growth spurt. How tall are you now?
5'7.5", almost 5'8".
Okay. When you were a freshman, and you were what were some of the things that you were worried about as a freshman?
I was mainly worried about grades.
Okay.
And slipping up because as a freshman, you want to make a really good first impression. So next year you can be in like honors or something like that. I didn't do that. I slipped up. My grades sucked. But I'm gonna say I didn't fail. I haven't failed a high school year yet.
Okay. Why did the grades slip?
To be honest with you, I just wasn't focused. I just didn't pay attention because I was more focused on fitting in more than anything, and that was kind of a dumb idea, you know.
Oh, okay. Like what kind of fitting in? Like, was there a specific group or clique that you were hoping to fit into?
Well, when I got there, the first friend I made was one of my friends. Like, we went to the freshman camp together, and we're all weird kids. Like, we say some things, we do some things. We're pretty weird. But I always hung out with them, and I was made fun of course, but I was fine with it.
Right.
Because, like, bullies will be bullies. It's not going to affect me. But I always, like, thought, oh, man, I'm not really going to be doing anything cool. And I'm going to be made fun of, like, all my years in high school. So I really just kind of, like, branched off, I guess.
Okay.
Except for some of my friends. But I tried to move on to other people and make new friends that were a little cooler than me.
Okay.
And that worked out pretty well.
Very nice. If you go back and redo your freshman year, would you redo it?
Absolutely not.
No. Why not? You said it was horrible.
It was, absolutely. Okay. But it would not put me at the position I am today.
Okay. That's fair. That's good. Oh, I almost had another question. I have more questions, but so when you're hanging out with in your G crew and you're hanging out with these, so you only hang out with them that first day, or is it like the first week?
There's the freshmen?
Yeah.
Like it's actually just like throughout the whole school year.
Oh, okay.
Because we, as G crew, we have to go check in on freshmen, see how they're doing, see how their grades are, how their life is going. We have to check in every Friday, I think.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's really interesting. I never had anything like that.
Because, yeah, we have to check in on, make sure they're doing okay. If they're slipping up, we redirect them. That's basically what G crew is, just trying to help everybody out.
Keep everybody on the semi-straight and narrow.
Yeah.
Okay. Do freshmen, or do they have to be assigned a G crew member, or they had to like sign up also?
I think they have to sign up. That wasn't really clarified in all the rules, but I'm pretty sure they'll pick a kid who's struggling, and you get this list at the beginning of the year, like the kids you have to talk to.
Okay.
So that's pretty much just how that goes.
Okay, so you don't have to work with kids that don't want to be there. So you actually get to work with someone who actually like wants the help
and like
some
like
guidance. Yeah. Okay. Very cool. I think that is super cool. I do like the idea of the G crew. See, you have so you're gonna do baseball, G crew, any other after school activities or anything?
I'm gonna go back for tabletop game club because I want to join the chess team and actually go to other schools.
Okay.
That's the one main thing I wanted to do last year. That's the only reason I joined tabletop game club.
Are you good at chess?
Depends who's asking. To me, I'm pretty good. I've gone against many people who have said I'm good.
Okay.
But against you, I've won like once.
Do you have a particular play style you like? Over the top, online, speed, bullet, regular?
I'm gonna play just rapid matches, which is 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay. You like the faster ones?
Yeah.
You don't want a 3-hour game?
No, I don't want the 7-day games either. But online is pretty fun too. But I mainly just play 10 to 15, which is called rapid.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a slow-paced game, but it makes you think faster.
All right.
Which helps with problem solving skills, managing.
And do you have to do any kind of training or anything for that? No reading up on books, theory of openings.
I've read so many books on it that at this point I just play.
All right. So you got the concept and some strategy. Now you just got to figure out your style.
The way I think is if you do, you learn.
Deal.
Perfect. You lose, you learn from it.
How were your grades your last year, your sophomore year? Because you said they weren't good freshman year.
I'm not proud
Okay.
of my grades last year because they also slipped because I was more focused on my social life, getting a girlfriend and hanging out with my friends more than anything. But towards the end, I really got them up and I passed with all C's and above.
Okay. I'm trying to think how to phrase it. Do you feel like that's a common issue that a lot of teenagers have? Is like their focus is pulled like towards like the social aspect?
Oh yeah, definitely. I see so many kids every single time I go to school that are just hanging out with people who don't look like the best, but they're friends. But they're always goofing off. And then I'll see these kids in the corners, like all scared to talk to people. And then when they get friends, they don't focus on grades anymore or anything. They'll just like kind of drift away.
All right. What kind of advice would you have for somebody whose grades are slipping?
Really just focus on the knowledge aspect of school at first. You could wait till like senior year to really focus on social aspect. But I'd say focus the first 3 years on mainly school, try to get really good grades. And then senior year, maintain it. And if you really want to go to college, try to get a scholarship. The scholarships are the best thing that could possibly happen.
Do you still hang out with the majority of the friends that you had your freshman year and then moving into sophomore year?
Yeah.
Okay. Are they like also not failing? Are they also struggling with the grades or?
Surprisingly not. They're actually really good. One of my friends, the ones I've been hanging out with this summer, my friend, he passed with almost all A's and B's. And my girlfriend passed with almost all A's and B's.
What are they doing? They're being social.
Yeah, but they take really easy classes. I take stuff like chemistry and and I have horrible teachers. Like one who got mad at me for asking a question. Mr. Taylor, he was not a good person.
You're coming up on 16 in 2 days.
Correct.
Do you have your learner's permit? Are we driving yet?
Nope, wait until I'm 16 for that.
You're going to wait until you're 16?
Yep.
Okay.
Because then I can actually get a job.
Mm.
Once I get a job, I could drive to work. My mom can pick me up and I can drive home.
Mm-hmm. Have you started practicing driving?
Yep.
Do you like it? Are you
nope.
I get it. I totally get that.
Driving is scary. You gotta account for other people in their cars, and then people who are in your car. You have to account for yourself. It's so much you have to focus on. That's terrifying.
What kind of driving are you doing right now? Like just around the parking lot, or are you
Right
actually
now?
hitting some side streets?
Right now, I've driven in the neighborhood before, and my mom took me to a parking lot the other day where she got out and just told me to get out and then get in the driver's seat, which was kind of nerve-wracking. But I did pretty good. I didn't hit anything, but it's mainly just parking lots and neighborhood streets.
You didn't take any kind of driver's ed? No.
I don't really have time for that. I mean, I do, but like at the same time, I don't have many ways to get there.
Oh,
because
fair.
my mom works so much,
Right.
and I appreciate her for that. But it feels like it's overworking her sometimes, and I feel really bad.
Because like tennis and baseball, like there's a commitment on that side from mom too, right?
Yeah, but since practice is like right after school, so I make sure I already have a ride home because my mom doesn't like driving at night when it's dark. So I try not to put that on her because if anything were to happen, I would feel so bad because I'd be like, dang, she was trying to get me.
She's trying to make me a better person.
And I would feel so bad.
All right, so we keep leaning in on this crutch of being 16 and you can't do much. What kind of jobs are we looking for?
Right now,
Yes.
I'm going for a cleaning job.
Okay.
Which is located somewhere in
Okay.
which is a little ways away, but it's not too far, but it's there.
Like office building cleaning, or
like they'll station you in this building, and then you have to have your own car.
Okay.
And they'll basically tell you where to go, what to do, how much hours you're working, and they'll tell you to clean. And when you clean, you come back, you get paid.
Oh, like the day of?
Yep.
That's a sweet gig.
Yes, it is. I really want to do that. But there's also another job that my friend offered where I have to take lifeguarding skills to become a Pearl Harbor attendant.
Okay.
Where I have to supervise people on rides, and the training process for that is so insane. I looked it up. You have to be able to carry a 10-pound brick out of a pool, maintain it for 10 seconds. You have to be able to tread water for 2.5 minutes and then pull yourself outside the water. And then
that's all you're doing all your fitness for in the morning. You're half preparing for it already.
But I'm like, dang, I got to practice more for it because swimming is a whole lot different than just running and stuff.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because the amount of pressure that it puts on your body is 2 times greater than the mass.
That's crazy.
Just amazing.
Now, life isn't always fair or goes your way. So you're not going to get the lifeguard job, and you're not going to get the cleaning job. What are your backups?
I'm going to stick with some side jobs, or I thought of it. I want to start a business.
Okay.
I know it sounds like a really dumb idea.
No, it, absolutely not. And I don't mean to laugh. I'm not laughing like that's a dumb idea. I just love the there's something awesome about teenagers because you're fearless. It's like you have an idea and you're like, screw it, I'm gonna try it. And then doing all these podcasts, some people are like, you're doing too much, or why? So I get where you're coming from. So I don't mean to laugh at you, but I love the idea. You're like, I got to figure it out. All right, what are we doing?
But I think the start of where I'm gonna try to start, I'm gonna try to get a small business or a small job.
Okay.
Pays maybe $9 an hour. I don't care. Just something to give me money.
Minimum wage is what, 12-ish now?
Yeah.
14?
I don't mind how much I get paid.
He's I'll take less.
I don't mind. I just need to work a certain amount of hours, and I want to get enough money to start a bracelet making business.
Okay.
So I want to buy the supplies. I've done all the really big math parts. The amount of supplies that I want to get from Michael's, it'll be the wood burning set. I want to buy beads. I want to buy all that, and that'll be around $322.
Okay.
At minimum.
And you think you can sell these?
Oh, absolutely. It may take some time, obviously, a little bit of advertising, but I'll get by.
You think that'll get you through the summer? Or you mean you want to go global with this thing?
I'm thinking it could be a really good business to make money.
Okay.
And to just, I don't know, get what I do out there because I'm really interested in this and I want to be able to share that with people who want to buy it,
Mm-hmm.
Because that just sounds really cool to me.
Okay. So you ever consider working in food?
I have. And it's not fun. I don't want to do it, but I have. My local KFC down the road was hiring for a minute there. And I was
thinking about it?
I was really tempted to go in there because I could get my food license.
Your food handler's card?
Yeah, and I already know. I'm pretty sure I'm going to pass that if I take it. But I'm pretty confident in that. But I was going to do it. Or I was going to do Firehouse subs.
Okay.
Just because.
Sandwich artist, which is Subway, but I don't know what their thing is. But so you're not completely opposed to the food industry?
Absolutely. I think everyone should work a retail job, food job.
Some kind of just really junky job. Yeah. Especially in high school, I think it's the best place for you to do it.
Helps you learn skills you would never need to know,
right?
Unless you work that job.
Hotel housekeeping, clean some bedrooms and some bathrooms.
I've done that before with my dad.
Right.
It's not often that I did it, but I did it every once in a while because you had to go clean something, and I'd get paid $10-20. Pretty good, not bad.
Well, I like to hear that you're open to the idea, because what sucks is every once in a while you get people who are like, they turn their nose up to it, like they're too good for it. But the reality is like, whoever's at KFC right now, like the lady back there who's been there for 12 years, like that's what she does to support her family. So it's kind of like, why is it okay for her to do it, but yet somehow you at 16 aren't good enough?
Yeah,
So,
like,
you try it. You never know. You might be like, I fucking love chicken. But there's also like the management, like, hey, Mark, you're doing good. Let's have you working overnights. And then you're like, you move up and then you, boom, business management, which was that first club you wanted. We circled all the way back to freshman year.
Dude, business management was a fun class, except for we didn't have a teacher to teach us. So she just kind of like sent us on our computers and told us to run a business that we made. And I had a business that I'm not proud of. It did really well, but the name was not the best. And I'm not going to share that name.
You don't have to.
Because the business did great. I raised over like 3.7 billion in revenue. Like it was good.
It was a good one.
It's good business.
The name probably not so good anymore.
I don't know how people ever invested in it.
What are some of the things that you would say you're the most confident about?
Next year, I'm pretty confident that I'm gonna maintain my grades, and I'm gonna stick with my friends because I'm actually pretty good on my social life right now. I'm pretty calm where I'm at. I got good friends. I got people who care about me. I'm fine with that so far. But the main thing is I'm gonna focus on my grades, and I'm gonna make sure those are up top so I can play baseball.
Play baseball. It's your junior year, so you got another, at least your senior year, but it's kind of hard to be. It's hard to wait until your senior year to really buckle down. You want to have, like you said, that show that you've done well, like the whole 4 years.
Because senior year, it's very important.
Mm-hmm.
It depends whether or not you graduate to college.
Right.
But don't get me wrong. Me personally, I'm not gonna try as much as senior. I'm gonna get good grades. I'm gonna get A's and B's, but I'm gonna try to my maximum effort. But I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna tone it down because I still want to have a life outside of school.
Right. And then because you'll be driving, you'll be working, and you got to try to maintain all that balance. Oh, that does suck. Like, yeah, completely spaced. Because I used to do that. I never drove, but maintain that balance is definitely a little bit rough. And what sucks is it does seem now it's going to get harder next year because you're just going to keep piling more on to you.
Junior year is going to get so much harder. The classes I'm going to be taking, like forensics, if I get it, it's going to be a class that's going to be up there. And
why taking forensics?
I thought it was a cool class. Plus, I want to learn more stuff about it because it seems cool. Weird.
So, what are you thinking about when you're picking these classes?
Just mainly what I'm going to learn in this class, or just how fun it could be.
Okay.
Not really the easy aspect, because I don't mind the easy aspect, but I don't care if it's hard or not. It could be like the worst class possible. You have to maintain an A all year.
Right.
I wouldn't mind. Mm-hmm. But as long as it's fun to me and I enjoy it, I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything that you're anxious or worried or scared about moving into year 16 and beyond? Anything that you're worried about?
Mainly growing up in general. I'm scared of that.
You don't want to grow up?
Well, I mean, I do, because it sounds really fun, and there's a lot of aspects to it that make it fun.
Right.
The journeys you get to go on, the people you get to meet, the memories that you get to make. But growing up, you have taxes, you have a job, you have to make sure you can maintain for everything you do. You have to buy a house, you have to make sure you're good on everything, make sure you're healthy and all that. And that takes time and lots of effort.
The realization that you're on your own. Like, you got your friends and your parents and they're there to help, but they're no longer responsible for you.
That's scary to me.
Scared. It does suck. But we all get through it. We've all done it. What are we doing after high school?
I'm going to try to go to college.
In-state?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Because there's some colleges that I have a really good chance for, like Stanford.
Okay.
I have a really good chance for that is around 84%, which it's a great school, and I want to get a degree in architect.
Okay.
Or business management, which is why I took it.
Business management, architecture. You like to build?
Yeah.
You have a eye for angles and good with the maths?
I'm pretty good with math, like just the area of stuff. I'm good with all that. I've been great at math.
Okay.
A long time. Especially sophomore year, I got an A, and I was in my second class of the day. My teacher goes, "You're the only one with an A in math in here. Can you help this student?" She did that so many
G
times.
Crew before G Crew.
Yeah, it was so upsetting. Because she would call me out. She'd be like, "You have an A in math. Can you help us out?" And I'm like, and it'd be like this complex problem, and I'm like, and I'd solve it, but it'd be so annoying. It was history too, so I'm like,
But you do want to go somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know anything? Have you already, like, when should you start preparing for college?
preparing for college mainly. That's a good question. I don't really know when to prepare for college because I could either go to a community college or I could go to a college with a campus, like where you stay at the campus.
Right.
But I'm scared to do that because then you won't get to see your parents, your friends. Like it's scary. But I want to do that personally because that just sounds really fun to me. Like all the movies I've ever seen, I'm like, dang, this looks cool.
Because it's funny because it's exactly what you were wanting growing up. It's like I get adventure, and then you're like, well, I want to adventure with mom around still. And it's kind of like that reality of being like, I'm doing it on my, like, because it's always been you and mom for 16 years, and then there's that moment where you're like, like, do you do your own laundry?
Yeah.
You do dishes? Like you can handle, like, so if you had to move out and get an apartment, you can handle maintaining at least.
I can handle it. Just some things I don't know how to do. Like the things my mom does, she's like, okay, do this, and I'm like, can you show me one more time?
Do you cook?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
My mom can't cook, so
okay.
Every once in a while I'll cook. Not often, but I'll see a recipe and I'll be like, I'm gonna make it, and I'll make it.
It is awesome. You are very like try everything and like forensics or cooking and like the chess club and all those things. Like, where does that come from? Where do you get this drive to just try something different and new that you have no, like, to be fair, you probably knew nothing about chess prior to chess.
Absolutely not.
So what is it that gets you, like, where do you get that drive from? Where does that come from?
Well, I used to live in this house on Potter. We called it the Potter House. It was childhood house. Grew up there. Best part of my life. And I always hang out with my brother. My brother's like the only person who's ever gone to college in my family. My mom didn't go to college. My dad didn't go to college. I don't know about anyone else, but I know those two didn't go to college. But my brother did. And he always told me, try the things you really want to do. And I said, okay. And I've lived by that every single day. I do what I want, and I do it safe-ish.
Because we're still teenagers, and you're a boy.
Yep.
So safe-ish is about the best we can hope for.
I mean, I'm safe with some things. Except for
Have you broken anything?
Depends where.
Well, I think that's what I was asking. Like, have you ever broken like a bone of any kind?
No.
Okay.
I mean, other than when I was really young and I dropped a 5-pound weight on my toe.
Yeah, I've done that. I dropped a bowling ball on my toe.
I was like 6.
I was 20. I was taking a ball out of the locker and it slipped in right on my toe.
I don't think I've ever broken a bone. I've definitely sprained it and bruised it, but I've never like shattered it or broken it. I mean, there might have been a time where I've cracked it, but that healed in under two.
Is there anything that you would like to share that I'm trying to think, hold on. I'm going to cut that out because I got to figure out how to question it. As a teenager, teenagers do teenagery things. Like, are there anything like teenagery things like when you say you watch a lot of movies, like we see certain teenagers do certain things, ditching school. smoking or anything like that. Do you have any kind of like experiences of things that you tried that you previously thought you never would have?
Oh yes, definitely.
I got there. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a little ashamed of some things I've done, but
Okay.
And my mom would be really mad if she found out.
And you don't have to say, but
Oh no, I'm fine with it.
oh, okay.
'Cause she'll be mad at me no matter what. Because she'll figure it out one day. I'll
Right.
slip up one day and she'll be like, "Oh really?
I knew it.
I know you did something."
This podcast idea, this whimsy with the Z. What do you think of it? Like, what drew to this idea of hanging out with me for 37 minutes now, talking about whatever?
Just because it's out of my comfort zone, but it's something new I could try. You know?
Okay.
Like, I've only ever like streamed a couple times.
Okay.
And I was on Twitch.
Okay.
For like Fortnite and Modern Warfare.
Like every other teenager.
Yeah. And I've done commentary on it and stuff, but not really done anything outside of like speaking to someone, something like that.
Okay. Well, I say you're not to be speaking to your G crew, but now you're talking to the 12 people that listen to this podcast.
I'm gonna be talking to my mom. Is what I'm gonna be talking to.
But you like the idea.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out the name though.
Whimsy with the Z?
Where'd that come from?
The original podcast that I do is Chasing the Whimsy. Whimsy with the Z is Whimsies with the Zoomer.
I never
Like
thought
Gen
of it that
Z.
way. I never thought of it that way. That's clever.
That's why when I was looking for teenagers, it was kind of within that like 12 to 18-ish range.
I say 17,
But it's anybody who knows me knows that I am down for a dumb, punny looking joke.
oh yeah.
So Whimsy with the Z, I'm like, because like I hope people are like, why is it with the Z? And they're like, there's no whimsy. It's with the Zoomer. But yeah, that's why I went with it. I do a podcast with my son, who just turned 14. He's also a Zoomer. So like we talk weekly about what he's doing in life, and I try to probe and get some more stuff. So we've exposed our audience to like a 14-year-old viewpoint where we can. And I like the idea of sharing other teens, because I have, like, as a parent, maybe I get too judgy on what he's doing, and then being able to hear it from other, teenagers, be like, okay, what he's doing is consistent, and or as a parent, you sometimes you don't, or as a kid, you don't always want to talk to your parents.
Yeah.
So sometimes like we're going to give you an alias, and you can talk to a random stranger, and you're like, sometimes it's easier to talk to people that way a little bit. There's a little bit of so like Liam can't be like hardcore into it, because like we all know who he is. But I thought it would be interesting, and just to kind of see different, just a variety of just what teenagers are kind of going through.
Yeah.
What do you hope to get out of this?
Like this podcast?
Yeah, like just talking with me. You'll listen with everybody else's?
Yeah, so far.
Okay. You're going to continue to listen to them?
Maybe. They're really long, and I kind of just listen to them while I'm playing video games.
I'm going to keep these things. I'm going to try to keep these things to like a tight 40, I think.
Yeah.
Just because you never know where it goes.
Yeah.
Do you feel you have like any cool opportunity? Like, are there any cool opportunities you think you have doing this podcast? Like reaching out to others?
Yeah, I'm mainly doing this because it feels new, and I feel like I can get the social aspect of just talking to someone one-on-one, so I can be able to talk to other people and not be as awkward, where I'm just like standing there and staring at them,
right,
wondering if they're going to say something.
Right. Okay. You're like, if I could be a little vulnerable on this podcast, I can handle a icebreaker conversation. Yeah. All right. I think that's all I got for you today. You'll come back next month?
Yeah.
I think.
Wait.
We'll figure out the dates.
August?
Yeah, I know. I'll get you just before or after your trip.
Okay, cool. Because I'm like, I'm gonna be gone.
Uh,
It ain't gonna work out.
no, but no, I appreciate you coming on, hanging out, and were you a little nervous?
No, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
You have any advice for anybody, the other people who maybe haven't recorded with me yet? Do you have any advice for them?
Be prepared. You ask some really tough questions that you're not used to, and it's difficult sometimes because you ask something and I'm like, I got to think about it, and it's definitely nerve wracking, but it's fun.
All right. Well, I will see you next week or next month, and I thank you for hanging out.
All right, thank you.
Whimsy. That's how I end all my shows.
Yeah, I know.
With the Whimsy.